right, evening everyone. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. It's the evening of March 7th, 2020. And we're going to go ahead and get rolling with a video here tonight. Going to be doing a book review. Before we jump into that book review though, I just want to go ahead and point out that unfortunately, because of some mechanical equipment, or not mechanical, sorry, electrical equipment failure, I should say, I was not able to record my Soulmate ritual I did last night with my pact to Lord Rassier, Demon of Love. And so unfortunately that video will not be showing up on my channel anytime soon. I do have a new camera with a microphone coming in. Basically what happened, folks, and you probably see that I'm wearing my old microphone headset with the microphone on it that has the cord. That wireless microphone I had that was supposed to be Bluetooth operated, it just wasn't connecting well with my video camera, and so sometimes I'd get good sound quality out of it, and sometimes I wouldn't, and it was just being like a real pain in the ass. So I actually sent that wireless microphone back to Amazon, and I'm getting a refund on that. And I did invest into better equipment at this point, so hopefully tomorrow everything should be coming into the mail. I did pay for the expedited shipping, and it's actually a camcorder that could be double as a webcam, and I did get a tripod with it. It's got Zoom capability, Wi-Fi, all that type of stuff, and I spent like a good amount of money on it. And this way, folks, the big thing about this is that now I have this camera on a tripod that I just have to carry the tripod to and from my back room where I sometimes do videos at, and that way I don't have to carry my laptop around, and I don't have to keep unplugging it and unplugging it back in and crazy stuff like that. So the new camera is actually going to be a benefit to me. So once I get that in tomorrow and I start rolling out some more videos in a couple days, hopefully we'll be able to see better video quality, better sound quality, and then we'll go from there. So other than that, if you are a subscriber to my channel, I do appreciate that very much. And get my dinner out of the way, having General Tso's chicken at the moment. And if you're subscribed to my channel, I do appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I do encourage you to do that. Hit the bell button, the bell icon down below there, and subscribe to my channel. Anytime I put new videos out, you'll be alerted to those videos, and you'll be able to go and watch those first thing, or be like one of the first people to go watch them. Also, if you do like this video, I do encourage you to give me a thumbs up on the video, and if you like it, thumbs down is fine as well. Just let me know what you think about the video, what I might be able to improve. Any feedback definitely helps me to improve my channel for my current and future viewers. Okay, and with that, let's go ahead and jump into the review really quick. The book review tonight is going to be we'll turn the book that way. How to Read the Tarot for Fun, Profit, and Psychic Development for Beginners and Advanced Readers by Angela Kaelin. I think I pronounced that right. Kaelin. Kaelin. Published in 2013 by Winter Tempest Books. This tiny little book contains 70 pages. And well, I must admit that I'm a bit intrigued with the idea of learning the tarot again. Let me tell you, about 20 years ago, while I was still kind of like in my infancy, doing occult studies, I had originally picked up a tarot deck, and I'll show it to you actually. The Dragon Tarot. Okay, I actually picked this deck up like 20 years ago, and I was actually dating a girl at the time, and she was Wiccan, and I actually ended up giving her my deck, my Dragon Tarot deck back then, along with a couple of other books to her. And then we eventually separated a number of months later. And but she liked the idea of the deck. She thought it was pretty cool. And one of the reasons why I gave her the deck is at the time I picked up a Thoth deck, Aleister's Crowley Thoth deck. And I started using that one and actually started getting some pretty decent results. And then after about 3 or 4 months, I just stopped doing like tarot readings. And then eventually ended up selling the book along with the like study guide or the study book that you could get, for it. And never really pursued tarot after that for a long time. But recently I've renewed my interest. So I went on Amazon and I was just kind of looking around. And I remember seeing that deck and I thought, okay, well, I like that one when I was, starting out. And anybody who uses a Rider-Waite deck, you should be able to pick up this deck and pretty much interpret the cards, as most decks today are kind of built around Rider-Waite to begin with. So if you can read Rider-Waite deck, most of the symbolism again is in a lot of these other card decks, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. Anyways, that's my little history regarding my tarot skills at the moment. However, in regards to the book, I'll admit that I am a bit, actually not a bit underwhelmed. I'm greatly underwhelmed by this book, actually. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. This is probably going to be like a worse review than I gave Lucifer and the Hidden Demons. I'm actually going to go ahead and read the little synopsis or whatever that they put on Amazon.com for this book, and I'll kind of like stop and go here a little bit now and then. And it says, are you frustrated by your efforts to master tarot reading? Do you forget some or most of the card meanings right after studying them in your tarot manual? Do you want to get started fast making money as a professional tarot reader? Do you want to take your readings beyond the merely entertaining? Do you want to impress yourself and others with your genuine psychic abilities? Do you want to... Wow, that's like a lot of freaking questions, already. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's skip through all the questions. Okay. Do you want to permanently expand your psychic and ESP powers that go beyond just reading the tarot cards? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, then this little book is just what you've been looking for. I'm going to stop right there. And first of all, this book doesn't do anything with really assisting you on how to learn how to do your cards better. She does give you, I'll admit, she does give you a technique that involves flashcards. Because we wouldn't have thought of that to begin with. I don't know. Okay, in chapter 6, the author does provide information on how to learn the meanings of the card better by quoting, to fully understand the major arcana, it is necessary to study the letters of the Hebrew alphabet and the corresponding paths of the Kabbalah. Okay, so she then directs the reader to set up an index card system with the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet on one side of the card. And then on the other side of the card, you're supposed to write all the listings and all the symbols, symbolisms and all that appear on each and every single card, what they all mean, and essentially, again, make a series of flashcards for yourself with the major arcana, and then practice with the flashcards on a daily basis. Then she also adds that you should have copies of Israel Gardes, A Garden of Pomegranate, and a copy of Crowley's The Book of Thoth, along with Dion's Fortunes, The Mystical Kabbalah, and Crowley's Liber 777. Okay, so apparently I need to buy 4 other books in order to understand how to read tarot, is what she's trying to say. And what actually strikes me as odd and actually kind of appalling at this point is that she also suggests that you don't need to buy these books. You can simply download them in public domain. Now, if I was one of these authors, I think Crowley's dead, actually, so I don't think we need to worry about him. But if I was one of these authors and I was reading that another author was saying, "Hey, don't buy this author's book, simply download it out of public domain," I would probably be a little PO'd myself. I mean, personally, I think that you should buy the book, okay, and because these authors go through a lot of work to write these books in order to present their knowledge and get it out there to the occult community to share what they have and all that. I mean, the least you can do is actually buy the book. If they got it in a digital download copy and it's a little bit cheaper, then by all means, buy the digital download. But I mean, don't be an author and tell people to go ahead and say, "Yeah, don't buy the book, just download it for free." Because what if I put this book online and said, "Don't buy this crappy book, you download it for free and save yourself money." I mean, that's basically what I'm kind of getting from that. Anyways. So yes, it's true that anyone can learn to read the tarot, and this is going back to the Amazon.com synopsis of the book. But most people never do. Why? Most of the time it's because they can't memorize the multiple meanings of the 78 tarot cards. Although lots of books, it says purport, P-U-R-P-O-R-T, I've never heard of that word, to show you an easy way to learn the tarot reading. Many people fail, but they buy one tarot manual after another trying to figure it out, and most of them eventually give up. But you will never have to have the key, but you will forever have the key to reading the tarot once you understand the tarot cards revolve around several esoteric systems. The fact is, the tarot is more than just a game or even a divination tool. It contains a key to unlocking the esoteric mysteries of the ages. Once you have this key, you will never need another tarot manual, and you won't need to memorize the meanings of the cards because you will simply know them. This book includes a system of learning the tarot once and for all. It requires a little work on your part, but afterward you will never be at the loss of meaning of the cards during a reading again. So I just kind of want to back up a little bit there. It says, once you have this key, you will never need another tarot manual, and you won't need to memorize the meanings of the cards because you will simply know them. Really? Oh my God. That's astounding. So what actually I kind of pointed out was, she says you don't need to memorize the meanings of the cards because you will simply know them. This little line stood out to me due to the fact that she writes on page 37, memorize the information you have written on these index cards. The mere act of researching these symbols, their meanings and association with writing them down will help you remember them. Keep them as a reference and study them until you are able to look at each one of the major arcana cards and give a comprehensive description of each symbol and what it means to you both academically and personally. End quote. Okay. She then tells you to follow a similar learning style with the minor arcana and suggests getting a copy of the Astrologer's Handbook by Kaelin and Acker. I assume you're supposed to download that from public domain as well. You don't need to buy it, folks. So I don't know. But I mean, I think the way that this author is going in this particular book, I think that's what she's assuming you're going to do. So again, she advises making more flashcards, obviously, and quoting, make a complete study of each of the planets and the astrological signs. You should be familiar with the symbols for each planet and zodiac sign, which are hidden in the artwork. Study the influence of the planets in each house of the zodiac, which will give you a basic overview of the occult the occult science of astrology. Only after you have completely mastered this, study the 10 Sephiroth and the Kabbalah by the same method. Holy shit. I mean, those are the only words I could think of, like, at this time. It's just, holy shit. So, going back to the Amazon little synopsis of the book here, it says, and this line actually amuses me, with the information in how to read the tarot for fun, profit, and psychic development for beginners and advanced readers, you will never need to purchase any more useless tarot manuals. Of course you won't, folks, because you already fucking own it. It's right here. This is probably the most useless fucking tarot book I've ever purchased in existence. So I'm just telling you this right now, that, you know, you really don't need to buy this book. So learn how to use a tarot to make money, discover how to amaze yourself and others. I feel like puking right now. With your psychic ability, learn how to use the tarot to develop your ESP permanently, not just when you're sitting with a client and you're in this book, how to read the tarot for fun and profit, psychic development for beginners and advanced readers. The professional tarot reader gives you the benefits of her 25 years experience, yada, 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 yada. And then she, of course, points out, it of course gets pointed out in the synopsis off of Amazon.com that, quote, and this is not a tarot manual. Okay, I thought I was buying a tarot manual here. But a guide to psychic development, which gives you information and instructions you won't find anywhere else. I'm so glad that they point this out, because, as I said, I was really looking to buy a tarot manual, and you're telling me I bought a book on psychic development instead. So, yes, reading the tarot does help you with psychic development, though, folks, to a degree, but still, in other chapters of the book, she does provide a bit of history on the tarot, such as in chapter 1. Most of the book actually is about informing the reader that they need to be careful when reading cards for clients, and that they should advise them that the reading is simply for entertainment purposes only, just in case some nutcase decides to go out and act upon something you told them during the reading that you gave to them. In addition, she does talk about checking with local offices and authorities about what's needed if you decide to open up a shop and do readings professionally, mainly because she states in the book that there were a number of states that did 5-month-long sting operation, 5-month-long investigation, which resulted in raids, I should say, on some of these tarot shops, and ended up closing them down. She doesn't explain why they were closed down, but if I had to assume anything, I would say they were probably doing something illegal. Okay, but I've been wrong before, though, folks. Who knows? She also advises that you can conduct parties and get a hold of businesses out there that rent out entertainment to people for events and parties and such, and that's another way you can promote yourself. Meanwhile, on page 44 of the book, I quote, when a querent comes to you, ask them not to provide you with any information about themselves. As an advanced reader, you should not need to make use of crutches you might have used in your first readings, such as asking the querent's birthday. Any details a querent gives you about themselves could prejudice your readings. And then continues, if they begin to tell you the purpose of their visit, gently interrupt them and say, please don't tell me any more. It's part of my job to tell you why you're here. I just kind of envision When I read that line, I kind of busted out laughing. Because I kind of envision like this like old lady dressed up in gypsy robes, and with a Romanian accent, speaking those words. Don't tell me why you're here. I will tell you why you are here. In which case, I would tell her, no, lady, I really just need to use your bathroom because I gotta piss like really fucking bad. You know. And then, of course, she says she does advise that you can actually skip all this if you simply don't want to do this, and you can just do your readings online anonymously. Because that doesn't sound sketchy at all. All right. So, finally, the back of the book does provide information on herbs and what types of herbs you can make into teas, which will help you expand your psychic centers and assist your readings. And, then you go like wear jewelry. She says, hey, if you make a necklace out of this, lapis, I think she says, it'll help you with your divination skills. Oh my gosh, folks, I can't even believe I actually did a 21-minute review on this, like, really crappy book, So, folks, just don't waste your time with this book, I'm going to be, like, honest with you. I'm surprised I haven't wasted my time with this book. It's not worth the money to buy it. I might actually even send this back to Amazon and get my money back. It's not even worth the $2 to like download the digital e-copy of the book. So don't even bother with this book. But folks, if you do really want to learn the tarot, there's YouTube. Okay, and I can tell you right now that I've personally been going. There's 2 people I've been looking at on YouTube lately. Since actually yesterday, and I've been going back and kind of reviewing these, and they both cover like all 78 of the tarot cards, okay? And I'll actually give them to you right here, and they will be in the description down below, that you could go ahead and get the go right to the video on YouTube. The first one is titled "Learn to Read All 78 Tarot Cards in Less Than 2 Hours" by Moonlight Guidance, and I actually like how this lady explains like each and every card. She starts with the major arcana and goes through all that, and then she goes through like all the minor cards, starting with the king and the queen and the knight and all that, and the ace, and then she does like all the minor cards. And she's really, really good. I mean, I learned a hell of a lot from her just watching like that, like her video. And you gotta like do it in chunks, I think, because I personally can't just sit here for 2 hours watching a video unless it's a movie, and it should be Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Personally, it's like one of my favorites, Godzilla. Other than maybe like Lord of the Rings. So, anyways. The second one is learn the 78 tarot cards in 2 hours, and this is actually a 2-parter by Ben Lucas. And again, those links will be in the description down below. So, that is going to be my suggestion, folks. Unless if you have a idea for what a good tarot book is for someone to learn out of, I mean, by all means, put it in my comment section down below. I'd be happy to look into it. The other funny thing about this book is that, when she says you need a copy of Crowley's Thoth book, I was like, why do I need a copy of Crowley's Thoth book if I'm like reading Rider-Waite? I mean, yeah, so like a lot of the symbolism is still there, but Crowley's symbolism in some cases was just like so freaking deep. It's just, it probably just caused people confusion, to begin with. So I don't know. It dumbfounds me. Anyways, folks, that's going to be the end of this video. I do appreciate you showing up and listening to me ramble on about a useless book that nobody should own or be forced to read to begin with. So with that, folks, I bid you a very fond farewell tonight. Take care, and make sure you tell your family that you love them and how much they mean to you in your life, of course. And with that, folks, take care and infernal blessings.